Hey, everybody. Welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. I don't know if you noticed, but I consider myself a comedian. Technically, our Emmy category is comedy, variety, talk. That's it? Okay. Tonight, we're going to begin with talking about the variety portion, specifically the varieties of sadness dominating the news right now. We're bracing for a fourth wave of a global pandemic. The Japanese are releasing radioactive water from Fukushima into the ocean. Russia is massing troops on the border of Ukraine. There's unrest again in Northern Ireland. And the new Top Gun movie has been delayed due to coronavirus. Turns out the production was on the highway to the danger zone. And if the movie gets delayed any longer, instead of volleyball, Tom Cruise is going to have to be playing bingo shirtless. I'd still watch it. He would so intensely. But of all the tough stories to talk about right now, the toughest has got to be the killing of Dante Wright in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, by a police officer who apparently confused her gun for her taser. There must be some sort of design flaw in the taser handles or in our country, because this is not an isolated incident. According to one expert, this mix-up is not the first time and it won't be the last. Why not? And while we're at it, why are we tasering so many people? I think it's because when people hear taser, they assume it's harmless because it's non-lethal. But in fact, it's an act of torture to force compliance. And it's just possible that our laws are enforced too much with threats of violence for something that considers itself a free society. And clearly, the City Council of Brooklyn Center feels that way because last night they passed a resolution banning dangerous crowd control tactics, including the use of rubber bullets and tear gas, which is why it was so surprising to see tear gas being used on protesters 15 minutes after the resolution was passed. Okay, that's breaking the law. Somebody called, right, okay, yeah, that's why it's called law enforcement, not law enfallowment. But in fairness to the police, they're just using the only tools and trainings we give them. It's like the saying goes, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Also, maybe let's not give the police hammers. There's also not great news on the vaccine front, and I'll tell you all about that in my ongoing segment, The Vaccine. I'm a Yankee Doodle vaccine shot, 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 shot. The FDA and Centers for Disease Control announced today that they are recommending a pause in the administration of the Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine. When reached for comment, Johnson said it was Johnson's fault, but Johnson pointed the finger at Johnson. So far, no one has pointed their Johnson. The reason for the pause is not, as I suspected, finding a shrimp tail in the vaccine. No, it turns out the FDA and the CDC needed time to investigate after 6 recipients developed a rare disorder involving blood clots within 2 weeks of vaccination. So just so we're clear, okay, blood clots are cause for concern. But statistically speaking, 6 is not that significant since nearly 7 million people in the U.S. have received Johnson & Johnson shots so far. That's less than 1 in a million. To put that in perspective, it's slightly better odds than you have of getting to visit Willy Wonka's fantabulous chocolate factory, which, for the record, kills or maims 4 out of the 5 children who step foot inside. But there is one feel-good story on the news horizon. It's about Florida Congressman and big mouth Billy douche, Matt Gaetz. Take me to the high school. Drop me in the homeroom. I'll tell you all about it in tonight's episode of Gatesgate.
Hey girl, are your legs tired? Because you've been running away from me all night.
We've learned more about the guy Gaetz described as his wingman, former Florida tax collector and Pornhub Customer of the Year, Joel Greenberg. Greenberg is currently in custody for committing, and I'm rounding down here, 1 million crimes. But the big one is allegedly sex trafficking the minor that Gaetz is accused of being involved with, or as Politico called her, the former 17-year-old. Interesting way to put it. As a former 17-year-old myself, let me just say, yesterday, we talked about how prosecutors had obtained Greenberg's Venmo transaction history. Well, it turns out They also have his WhatsApp messages, as in, what's up with these guys being dumb enough to do their crimes on phones? The WhatsApp conversations are from the week leading up to his indictment, and as Greenberg grew more and more desperate, he reached out to friends and tried to enlist them in his defense. That's a pretty big ask. Hey, buddy, you remember that time I loaned you my leaf blower and you still have it, and I've been super chill about that? No. You know, sure, I'd love to have it back, but there is one other thing you could do. The feds found out I had sex with a minor and pimped her out over state lines, and I need a character witness to. Hello? Hello? I can't hear you over the leaf blower. In the WhatsApp messages, Greenberg claims to be paying the 17-year-old victim's legal fees, which is apparently not illegal, but could raise questions. Questions like, why is that not illegal? In the message, Greenberg referred to the young woman by her online username, Vintage99, a fine wine reference to her birth year. Okay, let me put this in wine terms. Chardonnay! Keep your Pinot in your pants. Keep in mind, Vintage99 was the girl's username when they connected with her on Seeking Arrangement in 2017. So whether she was the age of consent that year depends on what month in the year she was born. That's a pretty specific pickup line. Hey, baby, what's your sign? If it's Taurus, I should really get a lawyer. The Biden administration is reacting quickly to the ever-changing vaccination landscape out there, but that doesn't seem to be enough for some people. Take Texas Republican and less sexual Mike Pence, John Cornyn. Yesterday on Twitter, Cornyn made a serious allegation against President Biden. The president is not doing cable news interviews. Tweets from his accounts are limited and, when they come, unimaginably conventional. The public comments are largely scripted. Biden has opted for fewer sit-down interviews with mainstream outlets and reporters. Then Cornyn added, invites the question, is he really in charge? Exactly! After almost 100 days in office, Biden has yet to do any of the stuff we associate with the presidency. He hasn't tweeted out cable news ratings. He hasn't bragged to reporters that he passed a test made for stroke victims or told the Boy Scout Jamboree about his buddy with a sex boat. We don't even know if he cheated on his wife with a porn star, let alone if he called her horse face. We can't normalize this. Resist. But if Cornyn is looking for exciting, unconventional Oval Office action, he better buckle it up, because Dwayne Johnson says he'll run for president if it's what the people want, which means somewhere out there, one man is sadly rolling up a Win with Vin poster. The Rock is staying humble about his presidential hopes, saying on Instagram, I don't think our founding fathers ever envisioned a 6'4", bald, tattooed, half black, half Samoan, tequila drinking, pickup truck driving, fanny pack wearing guy joining their club. He's right. They'd also be asking, hey, can you explain tequila, pickup trucks, fanny packs, Samoa, and how a man can get enough nutrients to grow over 5'3"? Look, folks, he said, changing his tone and emotion. I love Dwayne Rock the Johnson as much as the next middle-aged man who loves fast cars go zoom. But for the love of ludicrous, Dwayne, we don't need another celebrity in the White House. Just because people love something doesn't mean we should hand it the nuclear codes. That's why we've never elected President Surprise Onion Ring in your French fries. Besides, we've already had a couple of Presidents Johnson. We'd have to call his administration Two POTUS, Two Prez Executive Drift. Also, no one would come to our state dinners. Chancellor Merkel, please enjoy tonight's entree, 12 pounds of steamed cod and a blender full of creatine powder. Bottom line, Dwayne, you won't even like the gig. You're an action star. Being a president is boring. It's all legislation and diplomacy and paperwork. And as we all know, paper beats rock.
Super Slam Slam!